This is 8 licks in the style of Gary Moore. Let's break them down one by one. Here is the first lick. So there's the first lick. Let's break it down. Most of these licks are inspired by the main solo to Still Got the Blues. I didn't put these in 12/8 time, so they're not specifically made to go over that song. These are just kind of general A minor licks that you could, change the rhythm to go over anything in the key of A. The part of these licks that is really Gary Moore is the phrasing and the note choices. So that's really the takeaway from all these licks is the phrasing and the note choices. So this first lick, again, everything is in the key of A here. Pretty simple. We're starting in the 10th fret. We're playing in this position here. In that A position down there. Starting in the 10th fret on the 2nd string. And bending up on the 13th fret on the 2nd string. You can do a half step or a full step. I kind of play it either way. Either way works. So half step up, 10-12 on the 1st string. And then this bend up here on the 12th fret, it's kind of a bend up, bend back, and then pull off or pluck the 10. So that is really a signature Gary Moore style thing there, that bend up right there. And then coming back down the scale. He does a lot of that in the home position, in the main A minor pentatonic position. Same basic lick, it's in a different position, but same basic idea. He does that quite a bit. And then after that part, we get into this quick 30-second note run here. So the rhythm of this so far is this. Then back to 16th notes, 10-13. And then bend up half step on the 12th fret. Bend back down and then land on the 10 on the 2nd string. So let's play through this again a couple times at a slow speed and watch the rhythm here. So there's the next lick. Now, the obvious thing to point out here first is that this is really the same thing as the first lick. The rhythm is exactly the same. And I did this on purpose. It's a slightly different lick. It uses some different notes, and it's in a different position on the scale. But this is a really cool trick here. When you learn a lick, whenever you learn a lick, you should try and take that lick and learn it in other places in the neck. It's a different lick because you're possibly using different notes. It's lower or higher, playing in a different place in the neck. It feels different, but the lick is really the same. All the rhythm is the same. The basic fingering and the ascending, descending parts are basically the same. So basically what this means is when I learn that first lick, once you get that down, I can learn this lick. I'm getting 2 for the price of 1, basically. I'm learning 2 licks instead of 1. And the third lick I'm about to show is yet another lick using this same rhythm pattern here. Different position on the neck, slightly different lick, but same basic rhythm. So this is a cool trick. Learn a lick, but also learn that same lick and take it and put it into other fingerings across the neck. And you get 2, 3, 4, 5 licks out of learning just that one lick. So let's break this one down. down in the first position on the A minor scale, the main position. 5th fret, bend up a full step now. 5/8 on the first string. And then we do that same bend up there. You can either pull off to the 5 there or pluck the 5. So then that 32nd note run, then 5/8 on the second string. That's the rhythm of that part if you didn't get that the first time around. And then bend up on the 7th fret on the 3rd string, bend back down, and then 5th fret on the 3rd string. So that's it. Let's play through this lick a couple more times at a slow speed. Like I said, this third lick is the same as the first two licks. Different place in the neck, different notes, different fingering, but the same basic rhythm, same basic lick. So again, that's the big takeaway here. I wanted to do a few examples of this because this is a really cool, important concept. You learn one lick, learn it in a few places in the lick, now you learned 3 licks in the time it took you to learn one lick. You should do this with all the licks you learn. You should try and play this in different places in the neck. So really simple, let's break it down. We're just in the second, the next position up in the A minor pentatonic scale. Same exact lick. So no tricky fingering here. Same exact lick, same exact everything. So let's just play through it a couple more times at a slow speed in case you didn't get the rhythm down in the first couple licks. So there's the next lick. This is a lick, again, inspired by one of the licks from Still Got the Blues, where he kind of goes down the A minor pentatonic scale really fast and then goes up, back up really even faster, and then lands on that high 20th fret note there. So let's break it down. First, bending up on the 20th fret on the second string. And then the next 5 notes after that is this. Gary Moore seems to do that type of lick a lot, where kind of the climbing down in thirds sequence thing. But that's the first group of notes. So after that, we get into 16th note triplets. It's a 9-note lick, and it goes like this. I'll play through it once slow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And after we go through that, so let's play through the lick so far. We got this. Then we climb up fast, 17, 19 hammer on, 17, 20 hammer on the second string, then 17 on the first string, and then bend up on that 20th fret. So the last few notes is a really fast. And that is the lick. So let's play it through a couple more times at a slow speed. So there's the next lick. Now the first part of this lick is pretty much the same thing as the first part of the last lick. Same rhythm, same basic idea. And Gary Moore does this a lot. That, again, that kind of sequenced descending pattern there. So bending up on the 13th fret, we're playing in a different position here. Same rhythm there. And this next part is different than the last lick. And there's a cool idea here, something I've also heard Gary Moore do quite a bit, where he plays a lick high and goes low really fast, and that's the basic idea here. So a cool slide idea. So, and then slide down from the 10 to the 5. Then pull off 8, 5, and then 7 on the 3rd string. That's a triplet. So the rhythm of that is this. Difficult to get that timing down on the slide, but really good exercise to, and a good thing to practice to get slides in perfect time. It makes such a difference when you're able to play a lick with a slide in it and the timing is, spot on. It makes a whole lot of difference. So make sure to get that right. Almost play it like you're almost playing the notes. And then finally we do 5 and 8 on the 3rd string. That's a blues note. And then another triplet, 7, 5, pull off 7 on the 3rd and 4th string. And then land on the minor 3rd of A on the 5th fret on the 3rd string. So let me play that second part of the lick from that slide down so you can hear that rhythm again. And that's the lick. So let's play through the whole thing a couple more times at a slow speed. So there's the next lick. Now this is a really simple lick, but the difficult part is the timing. So this is a good timing exercise here. The lick is basically a 4-note pattern, but you're playing it over triplets and you're starting offset a note. So you're starting, the lick is basically this. Bending up on the 19th, and then 17, 20, 17 on the 2nd string. Now that would be really easy to play if we were just playing 16th notes and we were going, but we're not. And we're also starting on the 17th fret on the 2nd string. That's the first note we're playing. And we're playing in 16th note triplets. So it's really weird to keep the timing of this in your head correct when you're playing this 4-note pattern. So that's the practice here. That's the takeaway. Good rhythm training. So what you want to be able to hear in your head is this lick in triplets. Takes a lot of practice to get that down, but once you get that rhythm in your head, it's really good practice for just feel and rhythm and licks like this where the pattern of notes doesn't match the timing make for cool sounding licks that are pretty unique. So good rhythmic exercise, but also a cool lick too. And you can of course just translate this to 16th notes too. Also a really cool lick. So that's it. Let's play it through one more time at a slow speed. So there's the next lick. This is a really super simple idea. It's a sequence descending lick, But I hear Gary Moore do things like this, where it's a fairly simple lick. He plays it incredibly fast, so it sounds awesome. But it's a pretty straightforward stock lick with some basic finger movements here. We're just basically doing a sequence down the pentatonic scale. He starts off this lick with that bend up that we've seen in other licks, which he does quite a bit. So that's that. And then we get into the meat of the lick, which is this. Doesn't get any simpler than that as far as the sequencing. Again, it sounds awesome because he plays it really well and really fast. But we're basically just moving down the pentatonic scale in groups of 4. So 17 on the first string, then pull off 2017, land on the 19. Then we do the same thing starting on the second string now, and then the same thing starting on the third string. So that's a really good exercise if you're not comfortable playing through the scale, straight down the scale like this. This is a good place to start. Really cool sounding lick. And then we slide down and just do that right there. Really simple. Slide down to the 17 and 15, 17 on the 5th and 6th string. So that's it. Let's play through the lick a couple more times at a slower speed. So there's the last monster Gary Moore lick here. I combined a couple ideas here. First, I combined that thing he likes to do in a lot of licks we've seen here on the first string now. So climbing up the A minor pentatonic scale. This thing right here. He does that in a ton of licks. That pull off, on the first string. And then we climb down the scale. So far we have this. Then another simple 16th note pattern. Just a little hammer on, pull off. So the first part of the lick is this. And really slow, it's like this. And then we get into this fast sequence section of 16th note triplets. And Gary Moore does this stuff all the time and does it all over the neck. I mean, he has amazing technique and plays licks like this incredibly fast. But these are a really cool idea, these basic sequences, because you can play them all over the neck and get build some really cool licks out of a couple very simple sequences. So the first sequence is this. And to get that down, just play that over and over again. Very Paul Gilbert-esque. So we're combining two sequences. It's that one, and that's the second one. You could practice that back and forth over and over again. Then finally 8-5 on the third and second string. And then 8-7-5 pull off. So in that last part, it's all 16th note triplets all the way through. And then finally end up on the 7th fret bent up on the 3rd string. So the last part of the lick is this. And the whole lick all the way through is this. even slower, it's like this.